Michigan landing just a stud running back. I mean, for the small amount of Michigan fans that haven't seen his highlights yet, go watch him because he is an absurd talent at the running back position. Out of Mineral, Virginia, the number 8 overall recruit in the 2026 class, the number 1 running back, clear cut, number 1 running back according to the Rivals analyst. And Steve Wiltfong, Rivals analyst, says he may be the best player in the class just based on positional value and all these things. They can't rank a running back number 1, but if he is, Michigan got the best player in each of the last 2 classes. He is tied for the fourth highest recruit Michigan has landed in the Rivals industry ranking era, which goes back to 2004, behind Jabril Peppers, Rashawn Gary, and Bryce Underwood. He's tied with Dax Hill. He's the highest rated running back Michigan's landed in that era. He's the second ever 5-star running back Michigan's landed in that era. Kevin Grady, the other one. We don't need to talk about that. But just a huge, huge land. And Michigan's got 4 5-stars the last 2 cycles. The 2 cycles before that, they had 0. Money helps. The Ellisons help. But, yeah, they're rolling on the recruiting trail.
They are. And if anybody's been paying attention, I've been confident on this one. And I'm not one of the recruiting guys, and our recruiting guys are elite, and they do the job here. But there have been several signs here over the last several months that this was trending positively for Michigan. Clay, you mentioned the Ellisons, but there's more to it that I will lay out tomorrow in our ITF or Inside the Fort that people are going to want to read. We knew 3 weeks ago that it was really trending positively, fellas, when we were doing our podcast at the Champions Circle golf outing. So I will say this isn't just a talent. This is a guy whose family has been compared by some people at Michigan to the Corum family, and that's Michigan royalty in terms of the kind of people they are. Watching him cry when he made his announcement and understanding that he's getting the life-changing money and what this means to him and his family always excites me when you've got a guy like that who really understands what he's doing and why he's doing it, right? This isn't just about, I'm going to go play football, and, if it doesn't work out, I'm going to go to another school or something like that. This is a family that fits. Savion Hiter is a guy that fits, and good Lord, is he good. You watch him run, and he's a special talent. So, but where would you rather go, guys, if you're a running back recruit than a place like Michigan? Yeah, they're going to throw the ball a little bit more with Chip Lindsey, but they are flat out going to run the ball. And when it comes time for the fourth quarter, they are going to lean on their running backs, and running backs want to play here for that reason. So another huge get. I'm really happy for Tony Alford, Michigan running backs coach, who came here from Ohio State, and they all said, he can't close on the big guys anymore, so on and so forth. Seeing him in that picture with that big cigar was pretty exciting.
It's incredibly exciting, especially now you have back-to-back recruiting classes that are really good, that have been headlined by, you had a quarterback in last year's class that a lot of people are calling the best at his position in the last decade or so. You move to 2026 and you land a running back who a lot of people are saying is probably the best running back commit to come out of high school in the last decade or so. So time will tell if they become stars or generational guys, but those guys typically have really high floors, and it's not predictive of success necessarily, but I'll put it to you this way. Savion Hiter is the highest rated overall recruit at running back, going back to the 2017 class when Michigan fans remember this name. Alabama, Najee Harris was ranked number 2. Florida State, Cam Akers, he was ranked the number 4 guy. Before that, you had to go back to 2014, where Leonard Fournette was the number 3 overall recruit. So you're getting that type of talent. And specifically, when you look at body type and skill set, almost anyone that talks about this guy, and I'll say this with the caveat, knew Savion Hiter was good, but didn't really dive into him until a couple days ago when we think this is happening. Let's get all of our pre-write stuff ready. The comp that keeps coming up is Bijan Robinson, who obviously had a very good career at Texas, was a first-round pick in the NFL. From from a physical profile, super similar guy. So, you look ahead to this backfield next year where, maybe Justice Haynes goes to the NFL, or, Jordan Marshall should still be here. But, you've got this pretty good 1-2 punch next year, and you throw this guy into the mix, and it's either a 2-headed monster or a 3-headed monster, depending on what that looks like. And this is the type of talent that he could be 1A pretty quickly, because running backs are a little more ready to play than a lot of these freshmen that come in. So it's incredibly exciting. I think it is it's another feather in the cap for Sharon Moore and his staff, who have absolutely recruited with their hair on fire over the last 2 classes. And now, you got to develop these guys. You got to keep stacking talent, but 2 pretty special guys in the last 2. It's going to be pretty fun to watch how these guys develop.
Yeah, and how much developing when you get a talent like this, you can't screw it up. Not that Tony Alford would, but this is like next level type of stuff. This is like when you mentioned Bijan Robinson, Anthony. Like that's a guy that's not, you had Blake Corum, who was unbelievable at the college level. I think he's going to be pretty good at the NFL level, but Bijan Robinson is unreal in college, leaves after 3 years and rushes for nearly 1,000 yards as a rookie. Last year, nearly 1,500 yards, over 1,400. Like we're talking like some of the best, NFL running backs right away in their career. That's like the range that I think Savion Hiter is in with that level of talent. And yeah, kudos to Tony Alford, who really, for as much crap he gets from Ohio State fans, I mean, he landed Quinshon Judkins for them in the transfer portal last year. Then he lands Justice Haynes, or I guess he wasn't. He lands Justice Haynes. He almost landed Justice Haynes at Ohio State before that, lands him at Michigan. Now he has Savion Hiter in the fold. You have some other guys who I think could pan out, maybe lower rated, high upside type of guys. And Michigan's running back room is stocked for the foreseeable future. You have Justice Haynes, who could come back for a senior year next season. Jordan Marshall, who's only a redshirt freshman this year, will be a redshirt sophomore. Savion Hiter, who will be a true freshman, is going to be good enough to play immediately for Michigan in 2026. So that position looks great. The entire backfield looks great because Bryce Underwood's back there, and you have a bunch of uber talented guys that'll be next to him. So that is very, very exciting.
The one other thing I'll say too is that's now 4 5-stars in the last 2 classes, and they've all been at positions that are extremely important for success at Michigan. You've got the quarterback, you've got the star running back now. You had a 5-star offensive lineman, Andrew Babalola, and in this class, the 2026 class, you've got a 5-star edge in Carter Meadows. I mean, that checks every single box for what this program is and wants to be. And, to have those positions covered by guys who are not only high upside, but high floor is, I won't say it's a fail safe, but you're going to be pretty well set up here to build around that.
Yeah. It's a coach's dream to develop talent like that and show off what those guys can do. And then that helps the next recruit. And as we talked about with the culture earlier, it kind of feeds on itself.